I think I preferred the H9, Eric. How's it going? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, the bathroom turned out great. I'm happy with it. Like I said, I still got to get in there and do a little touch up. I've used it for a week now, and so I kind of can see some of the found a couple more areas that need to be touched up, but that's a piece of cake. I'll get that done. Yep, you're here, Linda. How's everyone doing today? Decided to start this one a little bit later today, but that happens. So had a few things to get done this morning. Starting to drink already. No, Eric got a microphone for his camera. Yeah, microphone makes a big difference. Definitely. Oh, look who's popping in here. Not enough to lay on the ground, walk around on the ground going meow, meow, meow. Now he's got to come up and get into the shot, don't you? Don't you? Yeah. Yeah, today's definitely going to be pool day. But I don't want to. I'm not going to probably work outside a whole bunch. I finally got them to put the dirt back in that hole. Finally, they finished it up like last night. The guy was here finishing it up, the last bit of it when I drove in after work, and so yeah, 10 days. Did so much damage to the yard. Having a big pile of dirt right in the middle of the lawn. The lawn is all dead under there now. So I don't know. We're gonna have to do something with that too. And they ripped out a couple plants. So, as you saw, I bought a couple plants to put in their place. I'm gonna probably put those in the ground probably later on this evening when it cools off a little bit outside because it's supposed to be like 100 out here today. Get the bite man in the shot here since he's in his spot and he's not showing his butt, which is always a treat, right, Bite? No butt shots yet, huh? Yeah, I think they're saying like 104 here for the forecast today. So, how does the desk look in the corner? Yeah, see for yourself. It belongs there. That's where it should have been all along. That was definitely the way to do that. Now I just got to figure out what I'm going to do with the wall here behind me where the desk was. But I got all sorts of pictures, so we'll figure something out. Hi, Stephanie. Yeah, haven't seen Nibble yet, but Bite's usually pretty good. The second he hears me turn on the computer and start launching software when I'm sitting here, he's usually out here. It was funny right before I came out here and started doing things. I went just to say, "Hey, Bite, I'm going to start a live stream here. There'll be kitty treats." Uh, and he was just kind of sitting there looking at me. And the second I come and sit down and start playing with the computer, then here he comes down the hall. And it's funny, I can see Nibble too. I don't know if I can get it. Yeah, you can't really see her. She's like behind the couch right now, but she's peering around the corner. Let's see if we can. Yeah, there you can see her a little bit. That's Nibble right there, kind of checking us out, deciding whether she wants to come out. Nibble, kitty treats. Yeah, there she comes. We'll coax her out here. Sometimes she thinks more with her stomach than with her fear, so that's a good thing. There's one for Bite. I got one for Nibble too if she comes. Ah, psych you. Psych you out. Yeah, we got one to her at least. You gotta fool Bite a few times or he'll go and take it from her. because he's just such a gentleman. My yard is pretty well shaded. I got nice trees out here. That was one of the things that the guys who were excavating under the house were saying is, yeah, they like working in my yard because at least while it was hot out there when they were doing their thing, um, it was better because they weren't in the sun. The shade, the trees were nice, and then they just brought a couple fans, and I guess they were fine. So Eric moved his room around a little last night. Yeah, I used to do that when I lived at home too. Every once in a while, I just get to the point where some Saturday, I just close the door and rip everything apart and move everything around, and it was almost like living in a new room at that point. Yeah, change is nice. I agree. I don't do that much anymore, but that's okay. Did a hurricane hit me? No, we didn't get any rain. It went right up the Texas Louisiana coast. In fact, I heard it was more Louisiana side. Like I said, we didn't even get any rain. I heard the morning after it made landfall that they were saying on the radio that Texas got Texas, well, this is all Texas, but Dallas, which is about 100 miles north of here, got a little bit of the outer arm of one of them. I had a little rain come through, but didn't get any here. Have I finished the guest bathroom now with the painting? I got to do that touch up that I showed you. Like I said, I finished up that video kind of late, Tuesday evening before I went back to work. So I still got to go in there and touch that up. I'm not going to really show that. Uh, you kind of know what I look like, what I'm painting, and basically this is just going to be. I'm going to get out just a little fine brush, almost like a canvas painting brush, and kind of touch it up with that way. I also got to clean up some of my lines a little bit, but that's okay. You got to do that sometimes. Yeah, I've been wondering what I'm gonna. I've been wondering what I'm gonna do about the lawn, and I've been concerned that a big portion of it is kind of turning brown. But I'm kind of looking around the neighborhood, and everybody's lawn seems to be doing that. So it must just be one of those things that happens every summer here in Texas, and it must just come back in the later in the year. We'll see what happens. If not, we'll just do something different and go from there. Who knows? There's nothing that says I have to have lawn out in the front. Maybe I'll just rip out the whole lawn and put some more trees in there or something like that. Yeah, when it came to me moving my room around, my mom didn't come in. I'd tell her that was what I was going to do. I was going to close the door, and she'd hear me moving things around, and basically the door didn't open up until the room was finished. So, did the mower fit in the shed? I haven't gotten the mower yet. I'm gonna go back to Lowe's today or tomorrow, I think, and really lay down the law because they said it would be a year. Or they said it would be they're here last Sunday, so they're a week late already. So I don't know. We're gonna see what happens and paint the lawn. Yeah, I've heard of people doing that. I know that they used to do that in California too, along the freeways, rather than planting stuff along the side of the freeway. They just paint it green. Yeah, that's California for you, right? You don't miss California, do you? Nah, you like this place. You got more shelves, and better view from the window. In the old house, you just used to look down over the patio cover. There's nothing to look at out there. Now there's birds and squirrels. And somebody said in one of the comments way back, it's cat TV, isn't it? Yeah, big bugs. You like the big bugs too, except when they get in the house and chase you around. Richard. How you doing? I see a lot of people have AstroTurf. Yeah, I'm not going AstroTurf. I mean, honestly, they do have AstroTurf that looks more like a lawn, but it doesn't look enough like a lawn. I honestly think, Eric, that it's more the fact that the part of the lawn that's brown is the one that gets the sun. Because I got lawn on this side of the house too that's under the trees, and it's nice and green. It's doing well. So I think it's just the exposure to the sun. And there goes Nibble back to her room. It was nice while it lasted, Nibble. Guess that just means we're going to have to feed you twice as many kitty treats, right? Yeah, you don't object to that, do you? Nibble's peering around the corner now again. Oops. Oh, come on, Nibble. You let him get that one. He could have gone after the other one, but he saw the opportunity to get two, and so he went after both. Went after Nibbles first, and then he'll go back and find the other one. What a pig! Oh yeah, it's fun to hear where people are from. I often just think, oh yeah, everybody here is in America, but no, Richard's in London. That's a trip. Interesting to see, where people were, writing from, coming from. And you get some rain in Plano. Was that from the? Must have been from the hurricane, huh? Do I have sprinklers in the front of the house? Yeah, yes, I do. But part of the problem is um, I haven't gotten the lawnmower yet, so the grass is so high, so the water just doesn't get anywhere because it's all getting hit. It's all hitting the grass and just ending up like within like a 3 foot range from where the heads are. I don't know. Might have to go get one of those, portable things that go like this and spray water back and forth, just to kind of get more of the lawn watered. I'm trying to water it every day, but it's not doing a whole lot of good. Okay, Winnipeg, Canada is checking in. How's the thumb? The thumb is healed. It's still a little swollen, but it's doing all right. You can see right there. It's a little red right now. It's a little misshapen, but whatever. I can live with that. It's still a little numb there, but I got a little feeling it doesn't hurt anymore. So we're doing good. Hi, Angela. How are you doing? Yeah, Texas will cool off. In fact, I was looking at the weather yesterday, and they're saying we might be into the upper 80s uh, sometime in the next 10 days or so. So we're kind of on a cooling trend. I know last year, one day, kind of just in the middle of October, there was just a snap, and it went from being 90 every day to being 60 every day. I don't know. I doubt that happens every year, but it happened that year, or it happened last year. Oh, Angela starts a new job on Tuesday. That's cool. Hope you enjoy yours as much as I like doing mine. What's the next project? I'm going to do a couple little projects today, and actually going to turn them into two videos. I got a weird work schedule coming up in the next week or so, and I kind of want to get a little ahead of the game because I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to do. So I'm going to try and see if I can do two vlogs every day this weekend. This is my long weekend. So I got two things I want to do, and I think they'll be pretty simple ones to do, and kind of educational. And all that. So we'll whip those out hopefully after we get done with this. Any effects of the hurricane in Texas? It's been hot and humid here lately. We didn't get any rain at all from it. So spring in Texas is fun. 90 during the day, 40 at night. Yeah, well, I didn't really see a whole lot of that. You know, the heat didn't really hit until mid kind of, I don't know, middle of June, I think, probably early June. All of a sudden, within a week or two, it went from being nice and comfortable 70s and 80s to being 90s and hundreds. So thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you. When am I going to paint the guest bedroom? I got to figure out what I'm going to put in there furniture wise first. And before I can put furniture in there, I got to get everything out of there. There's still a lot of junk in there. So that I don't know yet. We'll figure that out at some point. Yeah, sorry, Richard. I got to keep that quiet. I don't want. I don't know if you follow someone named Jacob the Carpetbagger, but apparently trolls got wind of where he worked and called his boss and tried to get him fired. And unfortunately, I can't tell a whole lot about what I do. Basically, all I've said is that I work in the manufacturing industry. It's a good job, gives me good steady hours, a lot of good pay, so I'm very happy there. I've always kind of been a manufacturing kind of person anyway. I don't think steam getting under there is going to be a problem. First off, when I don't use, I'm not going to use that bathroom a lot. Right now, I am still using it right now because they still have not rooted out the shower in the master bath. But once we get that out, and hopefully that's going to be done tomorrow, then I'm going to go back to using that. And so there won't be the problem with the steam, except on the rare occasion I have a guest. But when I use the bathroom as use the shower, I usually leave the door open, so it doesn't really get a lot of steam in there. Yeah, cooler temps are nice, but I don't know. I like the heat right now just because I'm still enjoying the pool a lot. And if it gets too cold outside, then I'm not going to want to use the pool anymore. Oh, the lawn took a beating from all that dirt. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch and see what happens over the next few weeks and months. And I don't know. I might have to replant a little bit, or at least do some seeding or something. I don't know. So how's Flash? Flash. Well, I put a video on of her, a couple of videos that Beth shot of her few days ago. That was the last I'd heard from Flash. I'm sure she's doing fine. Beth is a good mommy, so Beth is taking good care of her. I'm sure when I get her, her face is going to be stained red with strawberries. Yeah, Nancy's saying seed and water, and it should be good. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll probably go talk to somebody at the hardware store, see what they recommend. Yeah, yeah. Flash used to do that with my house too. If I left the door open, she'd be in. In fact, I had a screen door in the front of the house, and she'd figured out how to get underneath the screen, or she knew she bumped it enough times it would open up, and then she'd get in. Yeah, if I left the door open, she was inside, and I even forget that I did it, and all of a sudden I'd be downstairs, and there would be Flash walking around in there. I haven't seen the plumber yet since that happened. He's like I said, he's supposed to hopefully come out and finish flushing out the shower or rooting out the shower because that's still plugged. Is Class's house insulated? I assume you mean is Flash's house insulated? Um, no, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with Flash during the winter. She may end up actually coming in, but we'll figure that out. I have a friend who babysat Flash for a while, who's a biology teacher, and he said I may also want to think about some sort of an underground burrow for her during the winter or during the summer, just so there's a place that she can escape the heat. And I found a nice little corner that we'll probably do that with. I'll do I'll do some like little steps down into it and line it with concrete and something like that. John's from Mexico. All right. Now I don't watch a whole lot of vlogs right now, Angela. So no, I haven't seen that one, but maybe I'll go check that one out. What's the relationship between the cats and the turtle? There isn't much of one because Flash is generally an outside tourist and the cats are indoor cats. So, except for the fact that they may have seen her through the window a few times, I don't think they're really aware of her. You know, don't fill in under the house because I already have a home there. Yeah, no, that's already filled in. So, plus the fact the only entrances into those tunnels are in the front yard, and Flash isn't going to be in the front yard because if she is, she's gone. That's just the way she is. She got out of the backyard a couple times in California, and would just take off down the street. Yeah, I'll have to figure out what Flash is because I'm concerned about that too. No, I didn't film the tunnel being filled in because I wasn't here. It happened yesterday and the day before while I was at work. I came home from work on Friday night and about 95% of the dirt had been filled in. And then I came home yesterday and the guy was just taking the last of the dirt out. Basically, he was just hauling it away. But I got to keep a little of the dirt and I put it. You know that wood planter thing that those pumpkin things or whatever they are is growing in. That was probably 6 inches shallow of dirt. So I took a wheelbarrow load of dirt and put that in there. I still got to get some more in there, but I may wait on that for a while just because I want to see what happens with that stuff that's in there. And if I end up filling the thing up with dirt, I'm going to bury that. So did they just fill it back in with the dirt they took out? Yeah, pretty much. Did they put rock under the tunnel? I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't here, but I got a chance to talk to the guy who did the inspection because I just happened to see him when he was here, and I got a chance to talk to him and actually learned a little bit about the geology of the area. So it was kind of interesting. He was kind of a amateur geologist or something, kind of like me, and he had a lot of information about the different kinds of soil and the layers and all that. And so he was looking at the rock and say, "Oh yeah, that's the clay that we have under here." And so I took one wheelbarrow of the stuff that didn't go back in the hole, um, and the rest of it they hauled away. I guess they had about 3 trailer fulls that they hauled away. Yeah, yeah, there was a lot of limestone in there. I noticed that too. And look who's back. And he's showing his butt. So lucky you, you get to look at Bite's butt. Who doesn't want to look at Bite's butt? Huh? Will it need more dirt after it settles? Yeah, we'll probably have to do a little bit of fill in at some point. In fact, I got a couple of, I showed you those two lilacs that I got that I'm going to put in there. I'm probably going to intentionally build up that area a little bit before I plant those in there, just so that when it does, if it does settle, we won't have the plants going underground. Oh, Diane says the best part of you is your butt. What do you think of that, huh? Is the best part of you your butt? No, I haven't been out on the bike. It's been too hot. There was some nice black dirt in there. And that was the stuff I took and put in the backyard. No, the whole, you didn't have to worry about that. The hole back there, the hole that went under the house was pretty big. It was probably, 2.5 or 3 feet, tall and probably 2 feet wide. I for the most part was just on my hands and knees. The camera kind of makes it look like it's worse than it really was, but there was actually plenty of room in there. There was just a couple points where there were like beams that went under there that I had to deal with, and they were I needed a duck to get under those. Yeah, I like the desk in the corner too. That was where that should have been from the beginning. It's a shame to lose that extra level on the desk on the shelf there, but it doesn't fit anymore. So, if you experience any claustrophobia under the tunnel, no, I don't usually have problems like that. In fact, I was, yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, yeah, I didn't get my butt stuck in there like Winnie the Pooh. You're right. The bite just wants to stick his head in the kitty jar. I bet you. Yeah, see, can't do it when it's closed, though, can you? See, there he goes, though. And go in and help himself. Take take the treats and run. That's the way he is. Would have been scary if I got stuck. Yeah, I don't think there was any danger of that. Yeah, there you go. Learn something new from Joey here. Said there was a lot of cotton farms around Waco, and cotton loves black dirt. Good to know. If I ever want to grow cotton, huh? Where's Nibble? Actually, Nibble did come back out a little bit. I think that was part of why Bite ran away there, is because Nibble did come out and sit in the hall there, but she's gone back into her room again. So I don't know. We may see her, we may not. She was out here briefly a little while ago. See if we can coax her out with cat treat noise here. I've got Bite's attention, definitely. Yeah, there she is. There's Nibble. Let's see. See, I could never be a weather forecaster because I'd never be able to coordinate with the green screen. And of course, Bite's sitting here at attention. He wants his. Come on, Nibble. No kitty treats unless you come out and get them. That's closer. They're here. You almost took my finger, dude. Come on, Nibble. Got one for you. No, not for you. You're already fat enough. Come on, Nibble. You're not fat enough yet. Just sitting there staring at it. You want to show her how it's done? Yeah, Bite knows how it's done. Nibble, you over there? I hope you got that one. But sometimes she's just too much of a lady and she'll let Bite take it away from her. No, I haven't really gotten any feedback from the neighbors on the excavation. Yeah, Nibble gets a little too shy sometimes. There she is again. Let's see if we can get her to come over here. Come on, Nibble. Put one on the ground here. That could be for you. There we go. There you got one. You want another one? Not you. It's like Shamu jumping out of the water to grab a fish that's hanging over him, huh? Yep. Even got the same coloration as Shamu. Oh well. Yeah, Nibble's just behind the computer now, so. Yeah, Beth was really laughing at that Moxie was waiting for Nibble. I still don't know if Moxie really understands what, or not Nibble, Flash. Sorry, getting all my critters mixed up here. I don't think Moxie still really comprehends what Flash is because I remember the first time they met and Moxie just sat there and barked at her. It's like, what's with this walking rock? Was it noisy having them work on the house? It was a little bit when they were excavating because they had this jackhammer thing that they had to, because some of the dirt was in there, it was so hard that they literally had to jackhammer it out of there. And so I was aware of it in the house, especially if I was like in the master bedroom or in that end of the house, because the house literally shook when they had that thing on. Do the cats meow at night? Oh, yes, they do. Especially that one right there. 3 in the morning, he likes to get out. Meow, 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 meow. And there comes Nibble again. She's a weirdo. Bite's interested in my painting. Do I close the door? No, no, they have free run to the house at night, except for the master bedroom, and then they have to stay out of there because I don't want them getting cat hair all over the place. Because you'll do that, won't you? You'll shed all over my bed. If I let you in my bedroom, you'll be sleeping on my bed all the time, and then my bed will be covered with cat hair, won't it? I think he's kind of working up the courage to pop up here, so we'll see. The only bedroom I painted so far is the cat's room. So yeah, if that's the one you're talking about, then yeah, I am happy with that. The other two, they got to change, especially that guest bedroom. The one's going to be the guest bedroom because that's pink right now, and that's horrible. That's really that's just not gonna that's not gonna be. Is it Bite? No pink in the guest bedroom, right? No. Thank you, Diane. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Kathy. I think he wants to get into my bedroom. Cats cry in loneliness or when in heat. Well, uh, Bite's a boy, so I don't think it's the latter. I don't think they're lonely either because they got each other. Would I change my ways and let them into the bedroom? Sometimes if I'm in there, they can come in because they're just curious. They want to explore. But I've also discovered that I got to be really careful because one of Bite's favorite places to go in the house, if he gets into my bedroom, is into the closet because there's like multiple layers where you can hang things there. And there's like a bunch of shirts that are right down at ground level. And so he likes to kind of get in there and get behind the shirts. And you can lose him back there and not know he's in there and close the door, and he's in there and might not be able to get out. And you don't realize he's in there. So, I discovered this the hard way where, I saw him go into my bedroom, but I couldn't see where he'd ended up. So I figured, well, the only place he could be would be in that corner behind the clothes. I started sticking my hands in there, and all of a sudden I connected, and he panicked and darted out of the room at 100 miles an hour. So, yeah, I got to be careful. No, no, no burnouts on the neighbors' lawns. I don't have my lawnmower yet, so that's part of the problem. I'm gonna have to go tomorrow and really lay down the law about them because they promised I'd have it last Sunday, and now it's a week late. Is that Johnny Cash on my shirt? Yes, it is. Man on black, the Man in Black. The Man in Black in black. Well, the cats are really funny too because I've had issues where they'd get into the cabinets in California because they knew, none of the cabinets I had, had latches. It basically, there was like a little spring loaded thing. And when it got close to being closed, it just kind of slammed closed and stayed closed with a spring. Well, the cats learned that they could open it up with their paws. And in California, I actually ended up putting little magnetic clasps on all of the ground level floors to keep the cats out of there. And actually, right at the end, right before I moved out, they learned how to get up onto the counter, use that to get up on top of the refrigerator. And from the refrigerator, there was a cabinet above the refrigerator, and there were a couple of points where they were in there. And it took me a while to realize that they discovered that. And so I was running around the house trying to find the cats. I couldn't find them. And thought they'd gotten out. Went in the backyard, was looking around back there and couldn't find them. And one point I opened the door and Bite just panicked and darted out of there really fast. It did take a long time to get the window, but they told me it was going to be a few weeks because they had to make it. And I guess they custom made it for me. So, I don't have a problem with it taking a while to do things if you tell me it's going to take a while to do things. But when you tell me it's going to be, hey, we're going to deliver your lawnmower in 3 days on Sunday, and then 7 days later it still hasn't arrived, that's another problem. I'm a little upset too with the guys who did the plumbing, because the original arrangement is that they started digging almost 2 weeks ago now. On Tuesday, it'll be 2 weeks ago, they started digging. And the thing was, they were supposed to, take 3 days to get everything excavated and replumbed. Then the inspector was supposed to come in last Monday and inspect it, and then they were going to get in there and have it filled in, hopefully that same day or the day after. Well, they didn't come in. First off, the inspector didn't come until Tuesday afternoon instead of Monday morning. And then it was Friday before they actually started refilling everything. And so, my lawn is a lot more dead now because it was under that tarp and under that dirt for 10 days. I do hope it comes back. Yeah. Texas is very is a very friendly place. In fact, I was talking to somebody at work yesterday, and she asked me, what was the biggest thing that you noticed about Texas over California? And that was what I said, is the people are so nice. The cats make all sorts of noise at 3 a.m. Yeah. These guys used to do more of that too, but they're getting kind of old now. So, they're just they do their own thing, but they like to sleep and just kind of hang out a lot. Yeah, they really are smart. Yeah, they figured out how to do that, how to open up those doors. And even many, many years later, like I said, when I was moving out of the house in California, Bite still knew how to open that door over the refrigerator, because I only put the magnetic latches on the ones that I thought they could get at. Visitor from Brisbane, Australia. Wow, we got people from all over the world: Canada, Mexico, London, and Australia. I saw that Jordan did do a video on the quilt, but I haven't watched it yet. But that's cool. I saw from the picture. I saw the thumbnail picture for the video, and it did look like it was video. Pictures from the t-shirts and stuff like that. So that's cool. Yeah, now I got one spot that I don't have to mow. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm letting the hair grow a little bit more than I did. I had to keep it really short when I was at Disney, but it's a little bit looser at this place. So, I don't know. I don't know how long I'll let it grow, but it's going to be a little longer right now than it is. Oh, Charlotte and Logan are watching again. Hi, Charlotte and Logan. How are you doing? I guess I'm Uncle Breck now. Your cat is 16 years old and never leaves your bed. Okay. Yeah, I have no doubt that my cats would spend all their time on my bed too. But Then I'd have all sorts of cat hair, and I'd be breathing cat hair all night. Yours gives you an eat full when they're hungry. I'm guessing you mean an earful. Yeah, these guys will definitely make it known when they're hungry too. And usually it's oh the horror. It's the dish is half empty. They're definitely the dish is half full, or yeah, the dish is half empty rather than the dish is half full kind of kitties. You let it well, I let it grow to my shoulders. I don't know about that. I did that once about 30 years ago, and I don't know. I don't know if I'll go that long. Just a little longer than what I've been doing. Is it very hot where I am? Yes. Yeah, we're 90s and hundreds every day right now. I can buy a cat hair brush and collect the hair off the bed. Yeah, or I can just not let them in the bedroom. That's just a lot easier. It would be different for dogs, I think, because dogs generally have thicker hair than cats do. Because when Jaw would come and stay with me when I was back in California, he'd just sleep in the bed with me. Middle of the night, he'd start off on top of the bed, and then the middle of the night, if it got a little cold in the bedroom, I kind of like my bedroom cool, and I just put a lot of blankets on and stuff like that. And in the middle of the night, it'd get a little cold, and he'd get up and crawl under the covers. And yeah, I enjoy the pool, especially on these hot days. Did the plumbing inspection go well? It passed first time, no problem. These guys know what they're doing. Yeah, I don't know what'll happen if I get a dog. Probably because I'm going to get a big dog if I get a dog, and I'm not going to have a big dog sleeping on my bed with me. That won't work. But maybe he or she will have a dog bed in my room. Yeah, if I let the cats in my room, they'd keep me awake by meowing. Yeah, I'm sure you're probably right. One of your dogs likes to crawl under the covers too. Yeah. Bites back. And he knows that the kitty treat jar is open. So meow, meow. You'll just have to come up. That's all there is. I'm not going to sit there and stare at you on the ground. It's rude to them that I'm not looking at them. In reality, I'm not looking at you now. I'm looking at myself. But you get the idea. Did I get kidded at work when I told them the thumb injury story? No, no, not really. I mean, I didn't really make a big deal out of it. I don't think most of the people there even knew it happened. My boss knew it happened. My supervisor knew it happened because, they had to deal with it. They had to deal with me being late that day. But you know, for the most part, I just had a Band-Aid on during the day, or a dressing around it, uh, and most people didn't even notice. Perhaps let the cats in for just one night. I don't know. I think if I did that, then they'd meow at my door every night. Do I eat lunch with my coworkers? Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, one of the things we have to do is kind of work with the coworkers because even when we're on lunch, we can't all go to lunch at the same time because we got to keep the line going. So, we still end up not always, being at lunch at the same time, but yeah, when I can. Right now, there's a thunderstorm in Winnipeg, Canada. We're maybe they're predicting a little bit of rain on I think Wednesday morning, so that'd be nice to get a little rain. I wouldn't object to that. We've got to add to the humidity, right? It's not humid enough. Right now, in terms of living relatives, I have an uncle who lives in St. Paul. He lives actually a little out of St. Paul. He lives really close to the Mall of America in Bloomington, I think it's what it's called. And then I have an aunt and uncle who live in Austin, Minnesota, and then their kids, my cousins, also live in the area. I think the daughter lives near in the cities, and the son is still in Austin. And then, of course, there's still, I think, remnants of like distant relatives in and around Bram, which is where my grandparents used to live. Yeah, it's still warm. It's going to be, I think they said 104 today. So, good day to stay in and do some vlogs, right? Yeah, the humidity is a little much here, but you know what? You get used to it. Yeah, we're looking at Bites Butt again. We're gonna have to rename this vlog the Bites Butt channel. Scratching Bites Butt. Because that's the quiet end of you, isn't it? Your butt. This is the end where all the noise comes from. Yeah, cats definitely have their own little personalities. In fact, I can see looking down the hall there that Nibble's peering around the corner again, deciding whether she should come out here. Yeah, and she's gonna make her appearance. Oh, come and sit here go sit there for a few minutes and then move again and find another place to sit. Right, Nibble? That's just kind of the entirety of your life, finding different places to sit or sleep, huh? Yeah, yeah, she's still shy. Not a people person. Whatever, we'll go back to this here. Go back to this shot. We'll stare at my ugly mug for a while. Or you can look at me looking at me through my glasses to see. That's me looking at you. Yeah, hallway is pretty much, for the most part, done. I think one of the things I want to do is I still want to go paint that trim, the crown molding, at least on the top. I don't know if I'll paint on the ground. I might do that too, but at least the trim. I want to add a little bit of accent up there, which is why I haven't taken the paper. You can see I still got the painter's paper on the ground here. I haven't taken that off because I'm still not done painting in there, I think. Is this my long weekend? Yeah, this is my long weekend. But I got kind of a weird work schedule coming up in the next week or so. And so I want to try and get a little bit ahead on vlogs because I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to do vlogs. You may remember right when I started the job, when I was still doing the daily videos and talking about my workday, that I mentioned in the first 2 weeks or so that I worked at the company, they went into a maintenance cycle where they shut down the facility and just did overhauls on all the equipment. Well, we're going to be doing that. We're going into another maintenance cycle in about a week. In fact, I think it starts next weekend. And so my work schedule is going to change a little bit. I'm going to have the weekends off, well, a weekend off, and I'll be working Monday through Friday, but it's not going to be 12-hour days. It's going to be 8-hour days. So I'll probably start at the same time and be home at 3 or something like that, or maybe even earlier, depending on how it all works out. So since I'm not really sure what, of my ability to make vlogs during that time, I kind of want to bank up on it. So I want to try and do 2 a day every day this weekend, get them in the can so that I don't have to worry about it if I can't do one. How much more work do I have to do on the house? There's enough that we're going to have a few more months of vlogs on that easily. Because I still have to get the furniture for the guest bedroom. I got to paint the guest bedroom. I got to put whatever is going to go on the walls in the guest bedroom. I got to do the master bedroom. I showed you those white cabinets that came with the house that were in the master bedroom that I put books and stuff in. Those are definitely something I got at IKEA because it's kind of cheap quality. And I think what I'm going to have to do is at some point I'm going to probably have to make those a little stronger. I have to do a little redesign just to make them be a little bit more rigid because the shelves don't hold on very well. They got couple little pegs on each side, and the shelf just kind of balances on that. But the back isn't attached to the shelf, so the shelf walls tend to go like this. And if they go out too much, then it drops the shelves. And so I don't know. I think I want to do something and shore that up a little bit. So that may be a vlog or 3. Who knows? Just came back from grocery shopping. The prices in Mexico City are going up and up. Yeah, they do that. Yeah, I think that's why there's a lot of green grass here too, is because we get a lot of rain here. What is it about GBV's music that makes him my favorite band? That's a good question. I love the fact that there's just so much of it, and especially at the beginning. I don't know. I'm not as much a fan of his new stuff, but it seems like you know he just had really catchy, hummable melodies, and just tons and tons and tons of it. I mean, he's got to have 10 or 20,000 songs that he's written. He's just such a prolific artist. and really the nicest guy you'd ever meet too. I mean, the whole band is really nice for the most part. Am I gonna get a snowblower? No, I don't think we get enough snow here that's worth that. We got a little dusting of snow here last year, but I don't think it's really that big of an issue. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If I need to get one, I need to get one. That's just what happens. But for now, no, I don't think so because we don't get like Minnesota snow where it's like 3 feet deep or anything like that. We got a little bit of a dusting this year. It turned things white, but by noon the next day it had all melted, it was all gone. No, I'd never heard of Guided by Voices either until my friend Matt introduced me to him. You love watching me. It's so much fun. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of Guided by Voices stuff on YouTube. Oh, okay. That I kept wondering why you kept asking the same question that I'd already answered, Angela. I guess you walked away. Yeah, I'm not watching a lot of vlogs or a lot of vlogs right now, just because all my time is spent here in the house. So, but I'll go check that one out. Yeah, that was one of the reasons I kind of picked Texas, Nancy, is I wanted a little bit of change of seasons, and we definitely get it here. There's cold season and hot season, and it's really nice. A little variety. I love it when it rains. I love it when it gets stormy. I'm actually looking forward to the point where we get a hurricane that blows through here. In fact, the hurricane that went up the Texas Louisiana coast, a few days ago, that was about a week ago, that was on track to go right through the middle of Waco. So I was actually kind of looking forward to that. You got to remember, I'm like 200 miles inland, so by the time a hurricane gets to me, it's just going to be a rain event, really. The wind's going to pretty much have died out because once the storm makes landfall, it generally comes apart pretty quick. And I'm far enough inland that I don't have to worry about things like storm surge. And even if there is strong wind, I know I have strong windows too because of how much energy it took to break through that one. Did Guided by Voices ever play Austin City Limits? Yeah, as a matter of fact, they released a CD and a DVD of that concert. Yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing what I do to winterize the pool, yeah, we'll do that. I don't know, it's going to be one of those things that I'm going to have to, go talk to them when the time comes. It'll be one of those things that I think it'll probably be when I get to the point where it's too cold to get in there anymore. I probably will get like a tarp or a cover or something like that to cover it up. Had I always lived in California? Yes, I'd always lived in California. I was born in California and lived there until a year ago, May. How cold does it get in Texas? It'll go below zero, definitely. Because I saw, I'm sorry, below freezing. So below 32. I saw it get into like the 20s. Yeah, tomorrow's Monday and September. It's still my weekend. I don't hate Mondays anymore. Mondays are great. It's a day off. Oh, look who's here. God bless the Pine Club, huh? Yep, you caught me. just like a Pokemon. So somebody was telling me, Jordan, that I have to come over to your place and help you hang up all your Steve Keen paintings. Oh, don't worry about it, Angela. I figured something must have happened because you asked the question the first time I answered it, and then you asked it again and again. I was like, yeah, she must not have heard. It happens. Yeah, bathroom turned out really great. I'm really happy with it. That's one of the things I want to do today is I got to do a little bit more touch up in there. I basically finished up the video you saw last night, on Tuesday evening, right before I went, right before I had dinner and then got ready to go to bed. And so there wasn't time to really do the touch up, but I'll probably do that today. I'll just get a little brush out and clean up some of the lines, all that. Yeah, the bathroom turned out great. I'm really happy with it. You guys picked a good color. That was kind of a fun way to do that too, because I wasn't sure what color to do. And I mean, you all kind of had kind of basically the same ideas for what to do in there. Somebody had sent in like a purple color, and I kind of said, no, that's not going to work. And somebody else sent kind of a bluish color, and I didn't think that worked either. So that's why all of the colors pretty much look the same because you're all kind of matching the ones that are there. The colors that are already there, what in the stone and the floor and the sink. And then of course that those two paintings in there, it's like those had actually been hanging in the kitchen in California, but they look perfect in there. They go really well with those colors. So I think that was a great thing to do there. I'm a good house painter. Well, I try. It isn't something I'd want to do for a living, but you know, um, it's something I can do, and it's fun. It's fun to do it for yourself. What are the names of the colors? I don't remember off the top of my head. I did say what they were. I think the poll is still up, so you could go look in the under the community tab, and that'll tell you what the colors were. Do I blast music while I'm painting? Yes. Yeah. I have a block rocker. It's a Bluetooth speaker that I use with my cell phone. I'm trying to see if it's out here, but no, I think it's back in the guest bedroom right now. But yeah, I like to crank up the music when I do that. Yeah, I like the bathroom. It looks better. It's brighter in there. I think a big part of that is because they use like a matte or a flat paint in there, and they use a flat paint everywhere in the house. I'm just not a fan of that. I like it when the walls are a little, reflect light a little bit. So I usually go at least a semi gloss, and I've been known to do a high gloss in the bathroom, but actually that was just a semi gloss in there. You're watching NASCAR yesterday and you noticed that I look like Dale Jr. Okay, there you go. Yeah, well, if you voted for one of the five options, I don't even know who voted for each of the options. All I know is the count. If you voted for six, then that was in the comments section. And the semi gloss and the high gloss paints are easier. It's easier to clean because it's got kind of a glassy finish rather than a finish that kind of could get wiped off. You can clean a flat paint so much that the paint actually comes off. The glossy paints don't. Yeah, if I was doing like halls in an apartment or something like that, it would have to be white. That's the only color to do, especially if it's a dark hall. I remember the apartment that Jordan used to live in had these long dark halls outside the units, and there wasn't much lighting in there, and yeah, it was dark and dismal in there. You know, it would have been easy, so easy to make that look good, but Jordan's out of there now, and I know he's happier. Did I put the top back on the toilet? Yeah, yeah, I did that. Didn't I show that? I thought I showed that in the video. All right, bye, Charlotte and Logan. Glad you stopped in. Oh, we got somebody from Glasgow too. That's cool. And Bite's back. Now he's on this side. You get around, don't you? Yes, you do. One of the things I like about him, he's not shy about people touching his feet. A lot of cats don't like it when you mess with their feet. Bite, yeah, he doesn't have a problem with it. You can grab his feet, can grab his tail. He just sits there and takes it, don't you? Because you're a good boy. Especially when the cat brush comes out. He loves the cat brush. Uh-oh, somebody's asking for a belly rub. Does Bite want a belly rub? Come here. Oh, how about a belly rub with a brush? I bet you that'd be cool, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You like that. Yeah, we'll do a little cat brush time here. He loves his cat brush almost as much as he likes his kitty treats, don't you? I get the tail too. We've pushed all the loose cat hair to his tail, so now he's got his tail shedding here. Yeah, look at all that hair came off of you, huh? That all came off of you. That's you. You know that? That came off of you. To say nothing of all the stuff that's on the couch now. I have to get the lint roller out to get all the cat hair off. Yes, I am. I've heard about that rooster. I believe that rooster is called Big Daddy, and we explored what it takes to make Big Daddy happy. Yeah, yeah. Bite loves the brush almost as much as he loves the kitty treats. In fact, right now the brush is just sitting on the couch here, and he's just staring at it the same way he stares at the kitty treats when the jar is open. Ah, look at all this hair all over the place, Bite. You're killing me. You know, Jaw doesn't shed like that. Yeah, well, we'll try and come up with a two shot here. Yeah, how about that? Do I sometimes pick up geological samples? Yeah, I if I find a cool looking rock, I'll pick it up definitely. I like rocks. Yeah, my movers weren't very happy with me because I brought a couple of rocks with me from California. They're wondering, why are you bringing rocks here? I was like, I'm an amateur geologist and they're kind of cool. I like those rocks. Those are in my yard in California and now they're in my yard here. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't really make contact with Nibble that much, so I can't really brush her. Yeah, there's a film location I want to a movie location I want to do that's down in Austin that I've kind of looked up, and I think I might, maybe when we do when I get to the point where I have some vacation at work, or maybe on one of my long weekends or something, when it cools down a little bit. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be out there doing that kind of stuff right now because it's miserable outside right now. This is indoor time this time of year. I was Nibble at the vet. Nibble, when she's at the vet, that's the only time she allows me to make contact with her. I can hold her at that point because she does not like the vet. So she'll just cuddle at that point. Yeah, Nibble's a sweet little kitty. She's not a people person. I don't know what happened, when they were young, but it scarred her for life. Do I ever trim their nails? No, I don't. Yeah, yeah, I've heard of people that collect sand from like different beaches. I remember when I used to go to Hawaii with my friend, where my friend Matt lived, still does. Um, there were a variety of different colored beaches. There were red beaches, there were black beaches, there were white beaches. There was even a green beach. Yeah, that's sort of the reason why I actually kind of like going to the vet with the cats. They don't like it, but it's the one time I can make, real physical contact with Nibble. Yeah, I've noticed that too with female cats that they generally maybe aren't as affectionate. The first cat I had, I got from a friend of mine, and that was a female cat, but it had already been socialized, and basically they had to move and couldn't take her along, so I adopted her, and she was an old cat at that point, 10 or 12 years old, and she was pretty affectionate, and she would, come and like to be handled and touched and petted and all that stuff, but then I got the cat before these two, and he was a boy. And then I got these two, and Bite's a boy and Nibble's a girl, and that's just the way it is. My mom and my sister had cats when I lived at home too, and they were female cats, and they just did not like people either. Yeah, their cat tree is sort of their scratching post. The cats don't like the vet, or you don't mind the vet, but it's the cat carrier they don't like. Yeah, well, these two would have to deal with that. You know, unfortunately, they don't go into the cat carriers very often. I can actually hear Nibble meowing back there now. Even Bite's kind of looking at her. You hear your sister, don't you? Nibble. Yeah, she's very vocal too. Yeah, there she is, peeking her head around the corner again. She heard her name. Come on out, Nibble. Meow, meow. You got such a dainty meow. Hi, Maria. You sprayed stuff on your furniture so Peanut would stop putting holes in the couch. Yeah, I've never really had problems with these guys. They basically don't really scratch on things that much. Actually, Nibble just likes to scratch on the floor, which is really interesting. Right, Bite? You too, I guess, don't you? Yeah, house is coming together. I got a long ways to go, but oh yeah, you like it when I scratch your ears, don't you? Yeah, he likes to scratch his ears. Am I going to paint the outside of the house? No, probably not. Most of the outside of the house is brick anyway, so and I like the color of the brick, so I think the worst I'll ever have to do there is maybe some pressure washing just to clean it up from time to time. But it looks really nice right now, so I don't want to touch it. Yeah, my kitties are spoiled in terms of having their own room. They've always had one. Yeah, I enjoy working on my house. Honestly, it's kind of nice having a little bit of an older house too, because now there are some things to do. Now, obviously, having to replace a sewer line and tunnel under the slab isn't a lot of fun, but that's what happens sometimes. Fortunately, I should never have to deal with that issue again. At least I hope. Honestly, all they did is replace the sewer line that went from the bathrooms out to the street. So I suppose it's possible, if something goes wrong in the back here where the sink is in the kitchen, I might have to do that again. I hope not, but yeah, I wouldn't paint over the bricks. I love the color of the bricks on this house, so we'll definitely leave that. There is some like wood trim that I might have to do at some point, but right now it looks like it's pretty good. No, the roof has been replaced. The roof was replaced about 7 years ago. Apparently, there was some hail damage one year, and so they put like a bulletproof tile up there. Yeah, there's definitely places in this house where the owners cut corners, and then other places where they really spent the money. So the roof is one of those places where they spent the money. They put a roof up there that's really resistant to things like hail, because that'll happen here from time to time. It wasn't for the cost, you'd still be in the house you grew up in. Yeah, well, that's that. See, a lot of thing with housing repairs is that they are expensive. That's why it helps a lot if you can do most of your own stuff. You know, if I'd paid somebody to paint the house, the interior of the house, that would have been thousands of dollars to do that. But I did it myself. You know, bringing an electrician in to replace those outlets that I did in the first few days that I was here, would have been a couple $100 to do that, but I just did it myself. That's the advantage. I can do so many of these things myself, and it really saves money in the long run because then you're just paying materials. Replacing like I said, replacing the outlets would have been a few $100s if I paid somebody to do it. In my case, it was about $20 for the outlets. So definitely the way to go. With all the trees, you'll have fun cleaning the gutters. No, I won't. I won't have to worry about it. My gutters have those leaf shields over the top of them, so the leaves don't get into them. Yeah, minor electricity is not easy, or is not difficult. Couldn't do it yourself. You didn't have the money. Couldn't get a loan. That sucks. I kind of like the fact that you guys talk to each other too, in addition to talking to me. So all of a sudden, I see someone comment on something. It's like, okay, what am I missing here? Pegtooth is talking about nuclear detonation. It's like, how do we get off onto that topic? Yeah, with the trees over the house, even if this house didn't have leaf guards on the on the rain gutters, I would have probably installed them. So that was nice that that was already there. Yeah, electrical is easy as long as you don't electrocute yourself, but that's easy to prevent too. So yeah, I've heard that too, where they did the nuclear test sites that turn the ground into glass. That's pretty cool. That much heat that it just melts the dirt. Yeah, Nibble's very talkative right now. And I saw a second there, she was carrying her favorite toy, which is kind of sitting down there in the corner right now. Let's see if I can. Right there. It's a little Christmas sock that my mom actually got for the cat before I had Bite and Nibble. And that cat loved it too, and it became Nibble's favorite toy. It's cute. You'll see her just kind of walking around carrying it in her mouth like a dog. Keep the trees trimmed away from the house so you don't have house or roof damage. One of the things that the pest inspector said when he came in here is that I should cut the shrubs that I have in the front of the house so they aren't touching touching the house. They say sometimes that's a way insects get in. So I'll probably have to do that. Kathy thinks you're sweet, Nibble. What do you think? Yeah, the ability to do minor electrical work is really, really beneficial. Really comes in handy because there's so many things that you can do. Those lights that I've replaced. I couldn't have done that if I didn't know basic electricity. Replacing the outlets, that kind of stuff. It's not that hard to do. You just have to be careful and know what to do and what not to do. Do I have a fireplace? Yes, I have a wood burning fireplace. Haven't had the need to use it, but I've always wanted to have one, so I love it. Hi Jan, how you doing? You feeling better? Yeah, you're late, but not that late. We're still going to be here for about a half hour or so. Bite hasn't gotten bored with us yet. And even Nibble's kind of hanging out in the hall over there. See if I can distract him enough so I can get one over to Nibble. All right, Nibble got one. Bye. Come on, there's one here for you. There's another one for Nibble. Come on, man, it's right there. It's like playing fetch with a dog, except they don't bring it back. Yeah, you're such a gentleman, Bite. Of course, I know that if I keep throwing it to them at a distance, they'll never come over to me, but that's just the way it goes. Yeah, see what a gentleman Bite is? That should have been for Nibble. But Bite just took it because he's a gentleman. Like you said, this is a coffee club, huh? The only thing is I don't drink coffee, so. Does the house have old GFCIs? No, they're all relatively new, and they're only in certain places. They're in the kitchen, they're in the bathrooms. I think there's one out in the backyard too. Haven't seen any other cats in the neighborhood, stray or otherwise. We had a fireplace in our house in California when I was a kid. The house I grew up in, and we loved it. When it's cold in the winter, on Christmas Eve or something like that, you have a nice roaring fire in the fireplace. Did I install any smoke detectors? Yes. Let's see. I can see one. Yeah, there's one right there. Sorry, get to the point here. Like I said, I could never be a weather person and deal with a green screen, but there's one there. There's one. I don't think you can really see it, but it's up here behind the desk. And then I have one at the end of the hall, and one in each of the bedrooms. So yeah, we're smoke detected here, definitely. How far should I trim back the bushes from the house? I was told by the pest control guy just that it shouldn't touch the house. So I would say, if I did like 6 inches, that'd probably be good. I mean, I could probably get away with doing 1 inch, but then I'm going to be out there every week or two, because it's going to grow that fast. I'm the host. I can drink whatever I want. Cool. It's funny. Last week I didn't even finish up all my water, and now I got another 20 minutes to go, and glass is almost empty. A GFCI is a ground fault circuit interrupter. It's a special electrical outlet that have a reset and a test button on it. Basically, it's got its own little circuit breaker. So if something goes wrong, the outlet will shut off. It's a safety feature, and they're doing that a lot now in, like, any place where there's water. So bathrooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, stuff like that. Because if you're making contact with water and get shocked, the you could kill yourself. But the GFCI will protect you from that. Where's the vodka? The vodka's in the freezer. Yeah, no problem. This is, I love answering questions. Yeah, I'll do restaurant vlogs probably again. Now that I'm kind of living in a different part of town, there's, some different restaurants to maybe check out. I never really kind of went in this direction when I did restaurant vlogs. So, yeah, there's new stuff to explore. We'll probably do, going to do some more of those. We'll do some more cooking vlogs. It's just right now the priority is doing the house stuff. And I don't see that ending anytime soon. No, actually, the kitchen is just a galley style kitchen. It's literally right behind me, and it goes that way all the way back to the garage door. And I got counters on one side and a sink on that side, and then like the stove and the microwave and the refrigerator on the other side. And then the kitchen table is actually covered up by the flag right now. I don't leave that flag up all the time like I did with the flag in the apartment, because that's actually the entryway into the kitchen right now. And if I have it there, then I'm going to be having to push the flag away every time I go through there. So I take that down after every live stream. I just got a couple nails that I put on the ceiling here that I hang the flag up every day when I do it when it's time to do a live stream. Well, I mean, I can use the electric for cooking. I did that in Texas, or in the apartment, but I still prefer gas. I think you can control the heat more. It's so much easier to burn your food with electric. Do I have a flag in front of my house? Yeah, I do. Why do I like answering questions? I don't know. I guess it's probably because deep down there's probably a little teacher in me, and I like sharing knowledge. That's why I think I've been a good trainer in the different companies I've worked for. Because basically every company I've ever worked for, eventually I got to the point where I was training other people how to do the job. Yeah, you're right with electricity for cooking because especially because you don't have the variability that you often have with gas. You can make tiny little adjustments to the heat with gas, but generally with electric, you know, it isn't a variable slope. It's a bunch of steps. You go so far and it jumps up another. You jump up the heat a little bit and then it jumps up a little bit more. And there isn't this gradual move. It's stair steps. And so one might not be enough, and the other one might be too much. And it's just that's just the nature of the beast. Your friend from North Dakota sent you an American flag. That's cool. I was just noticing today that I found this. This was actually something Jordan sent me. It's a autographed Willie Nelson flag. So I'm going to have to find some great place to put that, right? That'll hang somewhere. I had that hanging over my desk in the apartment, but not really a good place to do it there yet. So we'll find some great place for that. But I like that. That was a cool thing Jordan sent me. That is another advantage to gas is that you can cook if the power goes out. But then again, you can't cook if the gas goes out. But that doesn't happen a lot. You notice I have a lot of hot sauce. Yeah, I have basically three different kinds of hot sauce in the house. Tabasco, which is great with eggs and stuff like that, and I eat a lot of that. Tabasco is also good in Bloody Marys. I have Tapatio sauce, which is good for like Mexican food, and I have a bottle of there's a sandwich restaurant called Schlotsky's that I'm a big fan of, and I have a bottle of Schlotsky's hot sauce, and that's great on their sandwiches. Yeah, I don't know where I'll put it. Maybe maybe in above the bed that'd be a good place. I don't know. I'll just like I said, I'm gonna probably before I'm done with this place, I'm gonna have pictures and stuff on every wall. Just like I think I said last week, this place is gonna look like a TGI Fridays when I'm done. Just because I got so many more things to put on the wall than I got wall space. Yeah, they don't do a whole lot of gas here. I guess in Texas, electricity is just the thing that everybody likes. I'm still thinking at some point I may, if possible, plumb some, get a propane tank in the backyard and plumb gas into the kitchen with that. I don't know if I can buy natural gas in a tank or what. That'd be nice if we could do that. But propane is fine too. Well, I am kind of a cluttered person, so I've always had kind of walls that are just kind of thick with things. That's just sort of who I am. Yeah, a recipe for homemade hot sauce. That might be something I do a bites and nibbles on. Add dill pickle juice to your next Bloody Mary. That actually sounds like that might be good. Yeah, that's it exactly, Jeannie. They're mementos. Because a lot of great memories. It's fun places I've done, or fun people I've met, or interesting places I've visited. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get Jan to send the recipe if she wants to share that. I mean, I shared my mom's lasagna recipes, so just saying. Yeah, no, not so much into country music. I appreciate Waylon and Willie, but I'll never be the fan that Jordan is. And that's cool. The world would be really boring if we all were into the same things, right? And really, when I think of Johnny Cash, I don't really think of Johnny Cash as country. He's more, almost rock, or at least kind of that crossover between country and rock. Okay, that's cool, Jan. Yeah, put it on the Facebook page. I'll look at it and see what it looks like because I'd love a good pico de gallo sauce. Pico de gallo is really, especially that's one of the things I like to do when I barbecue. Is sometimes a good pico de gallo is a good marinade. It's great on fish. I bought a lot of salmon when I went over to Costco about a month ago, and And a pico de gallo sauce is great on that. It's great on pork chops. It's great on chicken. But the only thing it isn't good on is beef. And actually, it might be good. Actually, it might be good on like a hamburger. Right at the end, when you're right when you flip the burger the last time, put a little dollop of pico de gallo on it, and then maybe put the cheese on top of it and let it melt all together. That'd probably be really good. Because I mean, really, when you think about it, what is it that's in a pico de gallo sauce? It's tomatoes and onions and jalapenos. All of those things are good on hamburgers. God, now I'm in the mood for a pico de gallo sauce on a hamburger. See what you started, Jan? I don't really have anything in the Beatles collection that's like something I display on the wall. Try pesto and pico on your, I assume, baked chicken, then add shredded cheese. Yeah, that sounds good. You like easy listening music and musicals. All right. There was a mint condition Hard Day's Night on eBay that went for over $300. Well, I showed you some of those propellers that I have, and some of those, go for a couple grand. HEB has a good jalapeno cheese bread. Huh. Funny, I haven't seen that. Usually put the word jalapeno in something and it's going to get my attention. Oh, of course. And you know which way I'm going, Jan. I'm going to make mine so hot it's going to have to be in a glass jar or else it'll melt through the bottom. No plastic, no metal for me. No way. Got to be in glass. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen Green Berets. It sounds like a movie that John Wayne would be perfect for, though. Yeah. I've actually bought ground beef that was mixed with jalapenos and bacon and cheddar cheese. And it's just all kind of ground in together, and that's really good. So yeah, I'm definitely a fan of throwing jalapenos into the mix of burgers. And what's really great about jalapenos and burgers is the heat tends to, when you cook the meat, it tends to mellow out the spice a little bit. So if you're not really into spicy jalapenos, it isn't as bad when you cook it. It kind of mellows out the flavor, but you get the flavor of the jalapeno, which is really good. It's funny, I've been kind of on a jalapeno kick lately. Couple months ago, one of the employees at work had a baby, and they did a baby shower for him at work, basically just a celebration for the person. And basically, I was assigned to bring jalapenos, so I brought some sliced jalapenos, but then I found a can of those of the pickled, uncut jalapenos, and I've been buying those ever since and just eating them out of the jar. They're great. Jalapeno and apricot jam. I don't know about that. That sounds like two flavors that would kind of conflict with each other a little bit. Yeah, speaking of people who died too young, what was the guy that played the Black Panther in the Marvel movie? He just died like yesterday, died from cancer. That was sad. He was a good actor. Your papa used to say he liked pico so hot it would scald the butt off of a cat. Wow. Chadwick Boseman, yeah. Yeah, that was sad. I liked him in Black Panther. He was great. I guess he also did a movie on Jackie Robinson too, huh? Am I working my way through my Costco meat? Oh, definitely. But I got a long ways to go. I barely scratched the surface. That's the fun thing about having a big freezer like that. It's like an archaeological dig going through there, finding everything that's in there. Linda Hamilton's twin sister passed away. I didn't hear that. I knew she had a twin sister because her twin sister appeared in one of the Terminator movies. They had to do they had to do a point. I think it was the second one where the Terminator could change shapes, and they had uh, the Terminator as Sarah Connor and actual Sarah Connor in the same scene together, and they just had her twin sister play the role, which was really cool. Hot sauce and peanut butter. I'm not sure about that. I don't know. You'd be surprised some of the things that hot sauce improves, though. Yeah, it's just funny when you find out that an actor or actress that you know has a twin. It's kind of a trip. And guess who's back? Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, BNA. I think they're making me hungry too. But it's okay. It'll be over in a few minutes. Then you can go get something to eat. We're coming up on 2 o'clock here in Texas. Yeah, too many cigarettes, too much alcohol, and too much coffee will kill you. Yeah, but we knew that Mary Kate and Ashley were twins because it said so right in the credits. It credited both of them in the opening credits or in the closing credits or whatever. I never actually saw that show, but it seemed to me that I remember that they were in the credits. So it was never a secret. I never knew Linda Hamilton had a twin until I read that once. I even in the Terminator 2 scene, I just figured they did that with camera trickery or something like that. Time for a snack. All the food talk is making you hungry. It is funny how so many of our live streams devolve into that, isn't it? Because I mean, yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's like, yeah, we're always talking about food. What is it with us? It's probably because we're always doing. I'm doing those cooking vlogs. Yeah, Thai food is good too. I like that because it's spicy. Yeah, love jalapenos. Although I was eating one last night that was really really hot. I don't think it must not have gotten as pickled as the rest of them. Oh, Jan's a twin. Are you an identical twin or a fraternal twin? Because I think fraternal twins are a little bit more common. Yeah, I've been thinking about putting jalapenos, growing some jalapenos. Like I got that like that herb garden or whatever it was that's got that vine that's growing those gourds or whatever it is. Um, in there. But when that's done, I think I'm going to probably clean that all out and probably grow some jalapenos and maybe some other kinds of veggies in there. I think it'd be fun to like maybe grow some tomatoes. I love tomatoes. Yeah, ain't that the truth, Angela? Yeah, when we get more into where it's a little bit more comfortable to be outside, I'll do more outside vlogs, doing stuff in the yard and all that. But it's just too miserable to do that out there now. And in reality, late summer isn't the best time to be planning anyway. All right, so I think I'm going to end this one right now because I think everybody's hungry and I am too. So I think that's going to be it. I got to go shoot a couple vlogs. I haven't even gotten today's vlog shot yet, but I pretty much know what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try and do two today. So um, I better get to it, huh? So anyway, whatever that video is going to be, it'll be up in about 6 hours, and I'll see everybody then. So that's all I got right now. Have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.